Welcome to Discover Janesville. My name is Yuri Rashkin. We are guests here today at the Rotary Gardens. Today's episode is underwritten by Alliant Energy. My next guest is Mark Dwyer, who is the Director of Horticulture here at the Rotary Gardens. Mark, thanks for being on the program.
My pleasure, Yuri. Thank you.
So, what does horticulture mean?
Well, horticulture by definition really means the study and appreciation of plants. And of course that would vary depending on where you are in the world. Of course there's horticulture all over the place, but our intent here is to really display a wide range of plant material in our 20-acre botanic garden.
And Rotary Gardens have been around for over 20 years now, because I was a part of the 20-year celebration last year, so that means now it's 21 years.
Correct.
How long have you been here?
I've been here 12 years, and I really think, the gardens themselves in terms of their development, it's been truly amazing. For those that have seen it from its inception, Dr. Dwyer being our founder, a retired orthodontist here in Janesville, and I don't think anyone ever anticipated how these gardens would develop. And I should say it's really a testament to what volunteerism can achieve. For instance, even today, I have about a dozen volunteers out in the gardens that I'm coordinating that they want to be here, they want to be part of what's happening here.
Well, I think that's a sign of a successful effort, because this is a community development, but it's all the volunteers putting in an unaccountable number of hours that makes this a success, because they like this. They want to be part of it.
And that's just it. I deal specifically with garden volunteers that have an interest in dealing with plants, or we have groups that have historically come year after year. We actually have a group of retired gentlemen called the Grumpies, after the Grumpy Old Men movies. And their intent here, they come every Monday and Thursday morning throughout most of the year.
They keep looking for that Anne Margaret.
Yeah. I tell you, their temperament falls into the grumpy mode, that's for sure. But they are very instrumental in what happens here. And their previous life careers have become of value to us. We've had retired electricians, engineers, and their role here goes well beyond horticulture. It's helping with all facets of the organization. And our volunteers represent not just garden workers, but also tour guides, education. They work in the gift shop. They help with special events.
Well, they're your champions.
They are
the ones who are out there and talking about Rotary Gardens on a constant basis. Must be quite an opportunity for you to basically, I mean, you've been here for half of the garden's existence, but really kind of mold us into what you feel a good garden should be, because now this garden is regionally, nationally known?
I feel it's nationally known. I think over the past couple of years, the accolades have included a lot of reference to what we're doing with plant material. This year we're hosting the American Iris Society National Group is coming down from Madison. We're also hosting the National Peony Society Group. So we're really a target destination for those that enjoy plants, but also we're a community garden as well. I don't feel we've grown beyond the interest of the community, because that was the original intent, was embracing this community and offering not only a place to enjoy and learn about plants, but also just to relax. And that continues to be our mission, to promote that horticultural education and simply the appreciation of it.
That's great. Dr. Dwyer, I guess, when this whole project came about, was a champion that drove this to its beginning, because this used to be a BMS bikes or something like that, a mud pit just about, and now this is beautiful gardens that you would think were here forever and ever.
Right. Well, the 20 acres developed very quickly. This was, as you alluded to, back in the 70s, there was a BMX bike track, which
BMX, yes, I got the term.
That's all right. And it's now our sunken garden. It lent itself to a hollowed-out garden space, and these bodies of water in which we're situated were old sand and gravel pits from way back, 100 years ago. So being on City of Janesville land, these 20 acres were used for many purposes over the years, and it really took a visionary like Dr. Dwyer to say, hey, I think a botanic garden would be great here. And again, it's snowballed, and it's become a wonderful facility. But of course, with its growth has come the financial implications of being able to support ourselves each year as a nonprofit.
Right, and you have a new building, the new entrance, and there's always something going on. You've got the fantastic bridge that I think has become just about, the symbol of so many things. The colors are such an important part of what happens at the gardens. It seems like you have a different color scheme in mind every year, and there's what is going on this year? What should people be looking for?
Well, this year we're targeting primarily color scheme in the maroon and red range. And, Yuri, you mentioned our shift of colors, and we do this for a lot of reasons. We never want a visitor to come to Rotary Gardens and say, yeah, I've been there, it's nice, but I've seen it. We want them to come back not only every year, but multiple times during the year, because we mix things up so much. So over the years we've had these enormous color displays that are thematic throughout most of the gardens. And again, with maroons and reds this year, I think we'll have a lot of rich coloration, and that'll segue into other displays. And those are mostly seasonal plants, but most people don't realize we also have over 1,000 varieties of trees and shrubs here, and also close to 3,000 varieties of perennials, those plants that'll come back every year.
That is a huge number when you think about it.
The collections are mammoth at this point.
Well, and it's a 12-month-a-year adventure, because I've been here for the Christmas lights or the holiday lights, and that's just incredible because you have this whole park decorated in an amazing way. There's always something going on. I was also very impressed by your social media presence, because gardens are important, but you have to be out there using the internet, letting people know about what's going on, and you have a great blog that I check out from time to time. It's got great pictures. What is the actual address that people want if they want to read more about the blog or
Sure.
more about the gardens?
Sure, if they just, they could Google Rotary Gardens and they would get pretty close to it. But if they type in www.rotarygardens is one word, .org, they'll get to our website, and there's links to various blogs, including my own. And the blog itself that I contribute to it's a nice way of letting people know what's happening here daily, not only with plant material, but I reference a lot of volunteer activities, upcoming special events. And I believe we have a Facebook page now, and we are reconstructing our entire website to be more user-friendly. Because we get a lot of inquiries on not only where are we, but what exactly do we do, and how to get here and what events are coming up. So I totally agree with you that we need to catch up with technology and make sure we're accessible for everyone.
Well, I think you're catching up pretty well, and the Facebook is good. It's just a matter of continuing to do it. But I think you're absolutely on the right track, and the idea of constantly updating things is probably natural as in nature, that you always want to find something else that will develop. Although today we seem to be in a snowstorm of cotton trees, but that's how you know that this is. Although I suppose is it too early?
It's a little early for the cotton to be falling, and we get a lot of criticism this time of year. People will joke about it looks like snow. Essentially, it's the female cottonwood trees here, of which we have 50 or 60, which will drop literally millions of seeds. And it's only over a couple weeks, and it eventually dissipates. But it's one of those things we wouldn't want to cut these trees down because they are providing shade and areas for shade gardens, which is a nice framework here for a young garden.
What are some of your favorite experiences of being at the gardens for over 12 years?
Yeah.
Is there some stuff some stories that maybe stick out? You go, wow, that was an important part either in my life or in gardens, or something that it just seems like such a place where you want to come down and relax and kind of gain some perspective on things. But it's also such a busy place where so many things happen. And
it really is, and you see a lot of the events that happen here, like weddings and other functions, where I think people will always remember Rotary Gardens for its association with a certain event. I think for me, some of the accolades that we've received over the last 5 or 6 years have been extraordinary, and I'm not sure everyone is familiar with those, and that's winning some national awards for various collections. And it's nice to, in the botanical garden community, of which I'm fairly connected, to have people 20 years ago or 12 years ago when I started, they had no clue what Rotary Gardens was or where it is. Now when I travel, I've gone to botanic gardens around the country, and I say, I'm from Rotary Gardens, and they're like, oh, Janesville. And there's an association with Rotary Gardens in Janesville and vice versa, obviously. We're integrated, we're a big part of this community and are happy to be here, and I think it makes it a better place to live. But I will say, there's nothing better than seeing the kids go through the gardens with our programs or walking through. And being 21 years old, the neat thing is those kindergartners that we educated when they were way back when are now young adults. So those early students that viewed the gardens in its inception now are bringing their families. So it's nice to see that transition.